Joy McCarthy here from Joyous Health, and I have here today with me Michael from Skinny Company, and they make an amazing coconut oil. And I'm going to interview Michael and ask him some burning questions that we always have about coconut oil, because not all coconut oil is created equally. And it's really important to make sure you know what you're buying, because coconut oil is such a trendy superfood nowadays. I love it. And there's so many uses for coconut oil, but you want to make sure what you're buying is really good quality. So we're going to ask the expert, Michael, lots of fantastic questions. I have my questions printed off here so I don't miss anything. So hi, Michael. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, and yourself?
Very good, thanks. It's really, really cold here in Toronto, but the sun is shining and the sky is blue, so I really can't complain. Okay, so
cold in Indy.
How's the weather there?
We're about 15s, but it's been negative this week a couple times.
Yeah, it's cold. It's the coldest winter that I can't remember it being this cold since I was a kid. It's craziness. Okay, so let's get right into this. First of all, I have, of course, sitting here at my desk, I have a little tub of coconut oil because I love to use this like on my cuticles, as a lip balm. It's just so moisturizing. So I wanted to ask you, what is so unique about your Nutri-Lock processing method? Because I know you have some special methods. So can you tell me more about that?
Well, the processing starts, it's the overall process of it. It starts from, our plants are in the middle of the jungle, where our workers go out and pick the coconuts, bring them right back, and start processing right away. So we guarantee freshness right there.
And where is that out of the jungle?
It is in Vietnam.
Okay.
In a province called Ben Tre.
Okay.
Yes. So they come back, they de-meat the coconuts, and then they put them through a process. Most other oils, or all other oils in the world, have to be heated in order to extract the oil. Okay. But our engineer, who was a 30-year engineer at Lockheed Martin developing airplane parts, has numerous patents with the company as well. He figured out a way to dehumidify and cool the coconut meat in order to extract the oil. So we put it through a closed loop system, which blows cool air through the coconut meat to extract all the moisture out of it. And then after that, we hand press the oil. So all of this process virtually eliminates friction and heat, which in turn keeps all the enzymes and nutrients intact in the oil.
So there's basically no heat applied at all. Is that what you're saying then?
At all. The hottest our coconuts ever get is when they're connected to the coconut tree.
Amazing. That's great. Yeah. I don't think there's I don't know any other brand that's like total, like no heat at all. So that's pretty incredible.
We are the only truly 100% raw coconut oil in the world.
Well, I have to say it's the best tasting, and I really love the texture, because I've been using one brand that I've often talked about on my YouTube videos and Instagram for years. And although I love the taste of their coconut oil as well, it's the texture thing with the Skinny coconut oil. It's just so fresh, and it just tastes totally unrefined. It's definitely my absolute favorite.
Good. Thank you.
So tell me about, what is the benefit of eating raw coconut oil versus a heated product? I know you talked a little bit about enzymes, but maybe if you have any other thoughts on that.
Well, I would kind of compare it to heating a vegetable. So say if you take broccoli and you eat it raw, you'll get all those nutrients. But say if you throw it in a pan, you start heating it, it begins to break down those nutrients and enzymes, breaking up those enzyme bonds. So it's the same with coconut oil. Once you heat a product, it starts breaking down. And that's why we don't recommend cooking with our oil.
Okay.
In cooking with coconut oil, it's a great use, but
it destroys, obviously, the enzymes, and that's a good point, because I always actually suggest that my clients use coconut oil for cooking. But in this case, if you want to maintain most of the nutrition and the enzymes, you shouldn't actually cook with it. But would you say if someone wants to cook at a higher heat temperature, that coconut oil then would still be the safest oil? You're not going to get all the same nutritional benefits, but at least if you cook with it, it's a safer oil to bring to a higher temperature. What do you think about that?
Yes. It has one of the highest smoking points of oils out there. So it is better for you than, say, your olives or canolas, because some of those can actually become toxic at a higher temperature level. So it is a better replacement for those oils, and it's a better replacement, say, for butter as well. Plus, it's healthier. But overall, with Skinny, we just recommend to keep it raw.
Okay.
So you can put it in your coffee, tea.
Oh, so good in coffee. Not that I'm a coffee drinker, but it does taste delicious in coffee.
Yeah, it does.
Great.
Get a little hint of coconut flavor for your coffee.
Amazing. So how do you think your coconut oil differs from other brands? Taste, quality, health benefits? I mean, I mentioned already that I really like the texture of it, and I really like the taste. But are there any other thoughts you have?
Well, with a lot, it kind of goes back to that heating of the product. With those other oils, you'll have a more roasted, nutty taste, smell to it. You can really smell it when you open the jar, and that just means it has been heated. It's a heated product. With Skinny, like you said, the smell, the taste, it's a lot more pure, a lot more, like you said, unrefined. It's just really, it smells actually like when you crack open a raw coconut, which a lot of people are looking for that, like pina colada.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Smell and taste, but really overall, it's just that pure scent of a raw coconut.
Well, it's like when you compare like coconut water to like when you crack open a coconut and drink the water as opposed to like the Tetra Pak. Because coconut water as well is such a huge trend in Canada and all over the world. And it's just such a different taste when you actually drink it out of the coconut. Do you guys do any other coconut products, by the way, other than the coconut oil?
We're working on a couple. I'm not going to give you any trade secrets.
Okay.
But yeah, we got a couple things coming down the pipeline. We're really focused on Skinny coconut oil right now. I mean, as a startup business, there's only a few of us, so you gotta have. We all wear a lot of hats. But yeah, we got a couple other things coming, and we're all about purity and the health of our customers, and for them to even trust us enough to take a product of ours. That's what we like to see, is the benefits that they receive from it.
Great. So what makes your coconut oil medical grade? Because I think it says that on here. Yeah, medicinal grade.
With medicinal grade, it was somewhat of a marketing thing. We have seen medicinal benefits with our coconut oil. We are in holistic practitioners, health professionals, dentist offices for oil pulling.
Great.
But overall, we're gearing more towards the supplement market, because we've seen benefits for working out with Skinny. So we're gearing more towards a supplement grade. But the main medicinal value of Skinny is we are an alkaline oil.
Right.
Coconut is an alkaline fruit, and us keeping all that 100% raw value of the coconut, we are alkaline. So we have seen incredible medicinal properties of our oil, but in order not to confuse some of our clients, we're kind of gearing more towards away from that and with supplement. But yeah, overall, it is some great medicinal properties.
Amazing. So there's a lot of confusion, I feel, in the industry about extra virgin. Does that actually, when it comes to coconut oil, is there such a thing, or is that just like a marketing term?
It is. That's a marketing term.
I thought so.
No such thing as extra virgin coconut oil.
Okay, Michael has set the record straight, everybody. There's no such thing. It's a marketing term. Don't pay an extra $5 or $10 when you go buy your coconut oil.
Do not.
Okay, thank you. And so you make your coconut oil in small batches, is that correct?
Yes.
So what's the benefit of that?
Overall, it's quality control. Is we can have each coconut. We know exactly what's going into each jar. Right. But then also, like I said, with us not applying heat to it, it takes 3 times as many coconuts to fill that jar. So we extract only about 30% of the oil that you can out of a coconut.
Okay.
So it's just overall quality, keeping it pure and fresh, and knowing exactly what goes into that jar.
Amazing. I also really like that you guys chose to package it in glass jars. I think that's fantastic, because there's still so many brands, certified organic coconut oil, and they're still packaging it in plastic, So, I mean, even though it is BPA free, that's great. I just love the fact that it's in glass and it's not like a heavy jar. Also, is that why you named it Skinny Coconut Oil? Because it's like a very like lean line, like it's a skinny jar. Like, what's behind the name?
Yeah, pretty much. It kind of just went with our whole look, like you said. It's just that tall, skinny jar. It's great for the branding of the company. But then also, we have seen people. We gear towards more healthy than skinny, but skinny has been shown to boost metabolism, which can help leading to weight loss. So
coconut oil is amazing for your metabolism.
Yeah. So it's a multifaceted way to say it, but overall we just really like the look of it, and for the company as a whole.
Great. So why do you want to avoid hydrogenated coconut oil? Because years ago, that's why coconut oil got such a bad reputation, was because of that one study that was done on hydrogenated coconut oil, and then all of a sudden, coconut oil and saturated fat was the worst thing in the world. So can you just talk a little bit about that? Why would you want to avoid hydrogenated coconut oil?
Well, hydrogenated coconut oil, it's they do so much to that oil that basically doesn't even make it a coconut oil anymore. They heat it, which has been shown up to 1,000 degrees, and they also introduce properties such as metal, which change the molecular structure. Yeah, exactly. Which hydrogenated oil has really led to high blood pressure in a lot of people. But it's generally used more for manufacturing and industrial processes. Like a lot of hydrogenated oil are for frying oils. Right. But overall, yes, you definitely want to stay away from hydrogenated oil. It is, it's just overall a bad thing. But then also with, as you said, that there was almost a campaign away from saturated fat. And that was more for, there was so much soy and corn oil that the U.S. had to get rid of, that it was more, all right, let's figure out a way to gear people away towards saturated fat. And now we see a lot of health problems with all these people using those soy corn oils instead.
Agree, which I don't recommend at all. Yeah, so for people who are watching this, we do not recommend soy oil or corn oil. Coconut oil is by far the better choice.
There you go.
Great. So some coconut labels include the term RBD, which stands for refined bleached deodorized. Why do you want to avoid that?
Well, it's kind of right in those words right there. We brought up unrefined already in this. They bleach in oil to make it look all white. When you look at a jar of Skinny, it'll be that flush white look. But a lot of others, you'll see it's almost like glowing white, and that's just a sign right there. This could be a bleach product. Yeah, exactly. Like scratching up your face. That's not. It's not a good thing.
And I always use my nose to tell me if a coconut oil is good as well. It really is true, because if you smell it, I don't like coconut oils that don't actually smell like coconut. I don't know why anyone would want deodorized coconut oil. It doesn't even make sense. So I think that's fantastic that Skinny coconut oil is not refined, not bleached, not deodorized. And I also noticed that a lot of coconut oil brands have a label on there that says hexane free. Now I know obviously that Skinny coconut oil is hexane free as well. Do you guys have that label on your bottle as well? I can't remember. I only have the small little one with me right now.
We'll send you another one.
Okay, awesome.
We don't have the hexane free on there. As you said, we obviously are, but there were other things that we thought were better things to put on our label, like pesticide free. The trees in which we pick from are all natural wild coconut trees.
Amazing.
A lot of others are plantations.
Right.
So plant a coconut tree just in order to extract coconut oil and get everything from that. So we like to put some more keywords on there just to explain the uniqueness of our product instead of, say, hexane free.
So are you guys doing anything to sort of give back to the community, or in terms of where in Vietnam where you get the coconuts for the coconut oil? What are your sort of business practices around that?
Well, 10% of all of our profits go back to Vietnam.
Right.
As I talked about our engineer earlier, he's actually from Vietnam, so that's one of our big things is we want to give back to the community there. Actually, the picking season in Vietnam is only 6 to 8 months, but we pay our workers year round.
Great.
But then also we want to give back to the community there. We're actually building bathrooms currently. We are building schools for the children because a lot of parents in Vietnam realize that one of their only ways for their children to advance and be educated is to learn English and to either come to America possibly or to help with business practices there. So that's one of our overarching things is to eventually begin classes and start teaching English classes in Vietnam.
That's great. And maybe you already mentioned this, but does all the processing happen in Vietnam, or does it you bring the coconuts over here, over to the U.S. and then do the processing here?
No, currently all the processing is in Vietnam, yes.
Okay. Was there anything else that you wanted to add? Thank you so much for your time, by the way. It was really informative. Was there anything else that you wanted to add?
Maybe just don't be fooled by all those labels you see out there that we were talking about. I mean, like you said, there's so many things out there and everybody claims to be pure and be the best, but just be conscious of everything out there, not just even in the coconut oil industry, but what you're putting in your body, giving to your children, everything. And that's at Skinny & Co. We want to be completely transparent about what's in our products and what we give to everyone out there. So.
That's really good advice. And so I'm in Canada, obviously. Where can people get your coconut oil? In Canada and in the U.S.?
We are actually exploring in the Canadian market. We're soon to have an affiliate sales rep in Canada.
Great.
We're exploring some accounts in San Diego, but right now Indianapolis is where we are based. We're in a couple dentistry practices, like I said, the Geyer Institute, the Indianapolis Dentistry Practice. So
do you have dentists teaching their patients about oil pulling?
Yes.
That's amazing. We should do a whole session talking about that. We'll save that for another day. But that's really great.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, I wish you all the best. Growing Skinny coconut oil. I love it, as I mentioned before, and I really appreciate your time today. And thank you so much, Michael. It was really fun.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for supporting Skinny. Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope everything goes great with the book.
Thank you so much.